have a special guest today, Mason Bonner. Mason is a member of our Unity group and is a sort of an icon in the leadership in Tuscaloosa. He's a vice president at Stillman University and Stillman College. And he has a wonderful, interesting background that I can't pretend to remember it all. So, Mason, if you tell us a little bit about how you got you're from Tuscaloosa.
Yes, sir.
And from where you were in Tuscaloosa to where you are now.
Well, I started at Druid High School. It was now located where Central High School is, and it was a predominantly black high school. And then I played basketball there. I played on the varsity as a freshman, and was able to be on two teams that went to the finals of the state tournament. One team won the state championship, the last black championship that was in the state of Alabama.
Wow.
And then we participated in the integrated state championship as a second place finisher. Then I went on to Middle Tennessee State University as a scholarship player, was able to do a lot of great things there. God has been so present in my life, and I was able to become the first black person to be on the student government there at the college. It's a Division I school, and it now has about 27,000 students.
Yeah.
It has done very well, and I graduated in 4 years in political science. And then I came back to Tuscaloosa, and my first job was a bank loan officer. I was very close to Frank Moody from First National Bank, so Frank Moody hired me as a first black loan officer for Tuscaloosa. So I spent 7 years there, and then I went on from there to open my own business. I became a nightclub owner. I was in the party business, and that didn't last long.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, that was a little bit more than I really bargained for. It was not in my really DNA, but it was something that my friends and I had really contemplated for a long time. So I was able to get a business on McFarland. I actually had where Best Western is now located.
Okay.
I had opened a club there. So, I was one of the first ones that had a business there for black business people. So it lasted about 2 years. I was tired of it. I got tired of waking up late in the daytime and not being able to enjoy my afternoon. So I went on to work at Stillman College. I got hired at Stillman College in 1983, and I've been there since 83 with some stops in some other places. I worked at Shelton State as a associate director for a grant, and then worked at the University of West Alabama as the director of a minority teacher ed program.
Wow.
And then I also worked at Wiley College as a regional consultant, and then worked 2 years at the Benjamin Barnes YMCA as their program director.
Wow.
Then I came back after I retired and worked part-time at Stillman College, where I am now, in community engagement.
Wow. That's a heck of a background.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
So, what brought you to the Unity group?
Well, I've always been interested in being able to bridge relationships with races, and I wanted to be a part of how to tear down those walls that we talked about. And Pastor Mike Pichello told me, said, hey, you need to come to this Unity group. So he and I had started working with a Unity group back in, I guess maybe before the pandemic. And it was at Calvary Baptist, and he was really my inspiration for joining the Unity group. He and I became very close friends, and I believed in what Mike had been talking about, and he told me about the presence of the Unity group. So I said, let me go and see. And I had a stroke, so I wasn't able to drive. So Mike said, well, I'll come pick you up. So Pastor Mike came and picked me up for the first 4 weeks that I became active in the Unity group until I was able to recover and drive.
Shout out to Pastor Mike.
Pastor
Wow,
Mike.
man.
Yeah, Pastor Mike.
He's a really nice guy.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was. I thought he was going to forget this, but initially he made some little comment on our website And I told him, so we're not going to be political here, you know. And so he got angry with me, I believe, and he stopped coming.
Yeah.
And then came back, and I was never going to mention it. Okay, and he mentioned it.
Oh, okay, okay.
I thought that was just a great guy.
Oh, he
just,
is.
Yeah, he's always been real active in prison ministry.
Yes.
Okay, that's where I first saw him.
Yes.
Pastor Mike.
So your group was at Calvary.
Yes.
I attended Calvary for a very long time.
Oh, okay. Billy Hadmaker.
Yeah, I know Billy Hadmaker. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about that? Do you know if they still have that group going?
No, they don't have it. I talked with Billy. Billy's on the Housing Authority board. I used to be on the Housing Authority board, so I've always maintained contact with Billy.
Billy's a great guy.
Yeah.
He works a lot with Highlands and the wheelchair ramp.
Yes, it sure does.
So what are your thoughts on the Unity Group? What do you see advantages and stuff of it?
Well, I see a opportunity for working relationships. See, when you have working relationships that you develop with other men, then it actually inspires and then really motivates you to be more active in the community. So I see those advantages, being able to have all of the opportunities to serve. I love Serve Saturday because it makes it available for us as a unity group to become involved in Serve Saturday, because I like that, and then when you're doing service with other men, then it brings you closer together. I think Kevin has said that, see us in a different environment, see us in different kind of working relationships. I hate I missed Friday, the chaperone. I hate I missed all the dancing.
Yeah, it was fun.
But I was involved in trying to get some donated soil for the community garden that we had.
Gordon was there. Gordon brought Ruth Ime and his baby, and that baby probably went home and collapsed.
I'm sure she was active there.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. But I see a lot of advantages in being able to have opportunities to serve in various environments, and I think that's where men's presence needs to be felt more and more visible, so that others can see and emulate, and maybe want to join those kinds of opportunities.
Yeah. What is your view on racism in Tuscaloosa today?
Well, I have a different kind of view, because I don't see racism as being from black and white. I see it being from a bias and non-bias. I think that a lot of people have biases no matter what their race is. And, those biases can lead you to being able to have distorted and assumed views of other people. And because as I went to college at Middle Tennessee, one of my very best friends is a white guy. And he and I are still friends today. We just had a conversation. We talk normally once every other week, and we talk about things that we had experienced there. And I see my view of race different than a lot of other black people, because I don't look at people and say, that's a racist. I look at them and say, that's a biased person. So I have a different kind of view. I don't see people in black and white. I see them in being biased or non-biased. So that's a different kind of view.
Yeah,
it is.
That's I got a real good friend, and Ralph Stokes over in the Atlanta area, and we talked about his book before that he wrote, one of the first, and he has a very similar view of yours. He expressed it in a way. He says, I'm not going to allow you to hate me.
Right.
And he doesn't. If he sees some biased type of a person, Ralph will go to work on them. And by the time they're done, they're best buddies. But it was Ralph taking the initiative.
Yes.
It was him taking the initiative. Yeah.
Well, I think that's how you really break down those walls. Ronnie Whitaker in our group, he had made a lot of efforts to try to give us an opportunity to help break down some of those walls at First Baptist. And it was all because of building relationships.
Yeah.
See, when you build relationships, you don't see the bias in people then. You see who they are, and you see that they're more things that we have similar than we have different.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what I've been able to benefit from by being in the group. As you notice, I do a lot of listening.
Yeah.
I don't do as much talking in the group because I'm trying to learn. And you know, I think I heard you say it. You got two ears and one mouth. So if you listen more, then you can actually benefit more from your own experiences. You learn more when you listen more.
Yeah, it's been an amazing learning experience.
Yes.
Yeah, for me.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my wife says that I think I know everything. So I'm learning that not quite so.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you have experiences, then you can benefit from those experiences. You know, I really benefit from being able to be involved with both of you guys because
we
I
benefit
know,
from you being there.
I know that you guys have had this group for a long time, so you've seen a lot of growing pains with it, and a lot of opportunities for folk to come in and then change their opinions, which is what I think we all should do as Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that part.
What are some of the good things that are going on at Stillman?
Well, we are going to have our investiture for our new president in the second week in April. She came on board in July, and she's faced with a lot of challenges. You know, I think I take on challenges with a lot of more zest and enthusiasm than a lot of people because I see challenges as an opportunity. And, you know, I'm challenged by being able to help and assist her in her transition and then help in really forcing some others to be able to look at how they can help with the transition.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't like transition. Transition is not an easy, comfortable position to be in. A lot of people don't feel comfortable doing transition, but I'm at ease with it because transitions then leads to transformation. And then transformation leads to being able to have adjustments, and then adjustments then give you that comfort of wherever you're trying to get to. So that's what I see at Stillman. I see a lot of changes being made, and I think that the new president needs the benefit of support for all of her efforts with all of the staff there. So, so that's what's going on at Stillman.
Yeah. Dan, you have any additional questions?
Well, back on Stillman, how's the enrollment? Is it on an upward trend?
It's on an upward trend. So we actually had some changes that we made that I think are going to benefit the enrollment. We were previous, you know, because of the pandemic, we had single occupancy in our residence hall, and we were actually paying the grand apartments to be able to house some of our students for student housing. So we are making some changes to be able to provide double occupancy on campus, because I think that's where your student life is really involved and encouraged. And we're hoping that
relationships.
Relationships. That's exactly right there. So I think that that's going to be something that will help with the campus atmosphere. You know, we go to chapel every Thursday, and one of the good things about it, if the students are already there, it's easier for them to get to the chapel services. And we have one of the best meals on chapel day. We call it chapel chicken. So
chicken.
Yeah, we have fried chicken, baked chicken,
collard
greens.
I have to go to chapel next.
Yeah, well, you can come and get a meal. Yeah, well, you can come and get a meal. I'm going to tell you what I tell people. We need to have more people from the community to come to the campus to see what's going on.
Yeah, it's a beautiful campus. It really is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, where do you have that meal on campus?
In the cafeteria.
His attention.
Yeah. It's a $7.50 meal.
That's a bargain, man.
And you have unlimited meal.
Wow.
That when you get in, you can eat as much as
put
you
that
want
on the
to.
calendar.
Put it on the calendar. Every Thursday, we serve chapel chicken, fried and baked, and then collard greens and macaroni and cheese and candy yams and black eyed peas.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Make my mouth water.
Yeah.
And you grow the collard greens there.
We grow the collard greens right there at the college. We'll be planting our collards in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be.
All right, Dan. That seems we need to get that on our calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Folks, if you're not familiar with this area, Stillman really is a beautiful campus. When was Stillman initially founded?
1876, and we actually will have a tour of the grave where Dr. Charles Stillman, who was the pastor at First Presbyterian Church,
Okay.
he founded Stillman for the teaching of black ministers. And there will be the Daughters of the American Revolution. I work with that group, and we will have a cemetery tour that has Dr. Stillman and his wife buried in the Greenwood Cemetery right there by First African Baptist Church.
Yeah.
So we'll have a tour on April the 20th,
Okay.
and we'll have people there to tell about all of the famous people that are buried there at Greenwood Cemetery. It was the first integrated cemetery where black and whites were actually buried there.
Lord.
Yeah.
This is why we have this, so people can learn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Stuff
yeah.
I didn't know. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
What
yeah.
What else cool you got you want to tell us about? Anything personally or anything
well-
professionally or anything you want to share with our viewers?
Well, one of the things I'd like to be able to talk about is our church and community outreach program that you guys came and participated on. We're seeing that as one of the inroads to being able to bring the community together. We are planning another walkthrough in May, and what we're hoping that we can do is to get the churches out of their buildings
Amen.
and then into their communities. So it's a neighborhood adoption program where we're asking the churches to adopt those neighborhoods around the church, because if you were to come in West Tuscaloosa, you could probably go by 30 churches before you even finish going through the neighborhoods. So we'd like to be able to have the churches be a part of the community and to adopt those neighborhoods right around them so that they can then not only increase their attendance,
Sure.
but to be able to reach people with a spiritual word. One of the things I think I like about the Unity Group is that we talk about the body of Christ as a focus group that brings all of us together, and I think that's one of the things that we have to take Christ from inside those worship centers and put him in the communities from which
Absolutely.
you have
Jesus
people.
went out amongst the people.
He went out
Yeah.
amongst the people, and so I think that's one of the things that I'm very interested in seeing happen is churches come out of those walls that they have worshiped in and serve. That's one of the things I like about the Highlands, that you actually have a serve day on the first Saturday of every month, and it's a regular activity. It's not just a one-time event. So I'm really emphasizing that to the church that I attend. I'm a coach, trustee chair, so I'm trying to encourage them to see how the benefits of going out into the community can help with the increase in your attendance at your
I have to
worship
tell
center.
you, as one who's participated in a number of those, we're the ones that end up being blessed the most.
We
too.
do, we
And,
do, we do.
We serve others, and that's when you're happiest. That's when you have the most joy, because that's the Holy Spirit flowing through you.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Anything else?
Well, no, I just I'm thankful that to be a part of the group.
Happy to have you. Thankful to have you.
Yeah, I have a son that retired from the military, and he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame for
Oh,
the
wow.
military in
Wow.
May. We're planning to go to Philadelphia to the
Wow,
induction
that's cool.
ceremony, and
Wow.
we're thankful and blessed for him. He spent 22 years in the military.
Wow.
He coached the military basketball program for 9 years, and won
kinds of cool stuff.
won 2 world championships for the USA. So,
Wow.
so that's why I wear his.
Yeah.
People ask me, "Am I in the military?" I said, "No, I just got a son that."
That's when you're proud of your son, as you
yeah,
should be.
Wonderful. Yeah.
yeah. But that's really what's going on with me. And then I have a daughter that has received a doctorate in electrical engineering from
Oh, wow.
the university, and she works with environmental community program, home program, where she goes out into the community and does canvassing for the community to see what their needs are. So both of my children are doing, I think, God's work and being able to help not only transform communities but individuals' lives. So that's what my son has been doing, and my daughter has also been doing with the community.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm a proud papa.
Well, we're going to want to have you back,
Yeah.
if you would.
Yes.
And, but thank you so much for stopping by and helping us out. And
and meanwhile, folks, if you like this content, I always say it, I keep beating the drum. There's a little subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Click that. Ring the bell so you'll be notified when there's a new video. And we just want to thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Coming by.
sir.
Thank you for being a part
Thank
of the
you.
family. And,
Thank you. Thank you guys for being my friend.
yeah, we're thankful that we have you as a friend for sure. So, folks, we appreciate you watching, and just stay tuned for continued content. Thanks for watching.